there, family? I didn't see you there.
Okay, go ahead.
And welcome back to another edition of Crenshaw Corner. I am Sanchez Crenshaw, and as always, I am joined by the most wonderful, the most joyous, the sun, the moon, the stars.
Boy.
The Wally West to my Barry Allen.
Who?
What you mean who?
Who the heck is that?
Wally West?
Yeah.
Kid Flash.
Baby, don't do that.
Barry Allen.
You talking about like...
The Flash.
The Flash. Okay, go ahead.
You're my sidekick.
Okay. Oh, and I'm a sidekick.
You're my sidekick.
What's going on, family? What is going on? I am Angela Crenshaw. Guys, what is going on, family?
That's my wife family.
What's up?
That is my wife family.
Yes.
I'm so shocked that you didn't get that though. I mean, that was like an obvious reference.
No, babe. I don't understand. You're the nerd. You're the nerd of the family.
It's not that I'm a nerd. I am the hero of the story.
What story? Our story?
Yeah, I'm the hero of the story, of the Crenshaw story. I am the hero. I am the main character. I am the one that the story revolves around.
You're also one who's gonna hit the floor, so people.
Wow. So you violent now?
I'm just saying, just carry it, baby. Go ahead.
I'm just saying.
You're the housekeeping.
So you
the housekeeping. Housekeeping,
Wow,
babe.
we're doing housekeeping now.
Housekeeping.
Family, we welcome you. We welcome you for our first time family members, our first time listeners. Welcome.
Yes, guys, what's up?
However you found us, whether it's iTunes, whether it's Podbean, whether it's Spotify,
name it off, baby.
Whether it's Google Play, whether it's Amazon, whether it's iHeartRadio, or on our own personal website at www.
Get it right.
TheCrenshawCorner.com. We welcome you.
What's up, babies?
And for our returning family members,
yes,
you know how we feel about you.
Come on in the room,
we
people.
are so happy to have you.
Yes.
What do we always ask, baby?
What do we ask, baby?
Because first of all, we welcome you to the cookout.
Make sure you bring some aluminum foil when you come. Okay, let me ask you a question.
What's going on?
Because you're creepy right now.
How am I creepy? Tell me how I'm creepy.
What voices you using?
I'm using my radio voice. That's what I'm doing.
On the podcast?
I'm using my radio voice.
Family, welcome to the cookout. And make sure when you come, you bring some aluminum foil and take something with you. I have no clue what's going on with Sanchez.
I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're
doing.
But
anyway, go ahead.
I done told you. You're the sidekick.
We're on the socials.
I'm not going to tell you again.
Let's go with the socials.
Socials.
We're on the socials. We have a guest, babe.
So, family.
Yes.
We are Interactive Podcast.
We are.
So what that means is that we can be found on the socials. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook. All in the Crenshaw Corner.
Yes.
And of course, you can email us at any time.
Yes. Go ahead, say it.
The Crenshaw Corner at gmail.com. Once again, the Crenshaw Corner at gmail.com. Now, before we get too far into it.
Yeah.
So, family, if you've listened to the last couple of episodes.
You better not say it because I wanted to say it. But go ahead. I think I know what you're going to say. Go ahead, say it.
What?
No, go ahead. I want to hear what you say.
I was going to say, if you've listened to the last couple of episodes, you know we've done a couple of apologies. Because we have a very, very special and wonderful guest with us.
Yes.
And so we did this wonderful podcast for you, and she dropped nuggets after nuggets after nuggets after wisdom.
Come on now.
And then old man technology stepped in and said, no, you can't have that one.
Yes.
And so we promised you that we were going to bring that episode back to you.
Yes.
So that's what this is.
Yes. Before we say that, though, I got to say, okay, family, let me tell you what happened yesterday.
Oh, Lord, what happened yesterday?
So, as you know, family, and for new listeners, when Sanchez is giving me all my accolades, my God, come on, boo. One thing that he always calls me is his chocolate Smurf.
Because she is the smurfiest of all Smurfs.
Whatever, sucker.
I'm just saying.
So, God, family. So we're working because we work from home, and there's a knock at the door.
Knock.
So I say, hey, babe, must be one of the kids ordering something because that's what they do. Have their own address, but they have everything delivered to this house. So he goes out there in this box, and he goes, no, babe, but your name is on it. And I'm like, what? I didn't order anything. So I'm like, what is going on? So he opened the box, and one of our listeners sent us
a tin of chocolate Smurfs.
Oh, that's so cute. Hysterical.
Yeah.
With no name, no nothing. So we know it's somebody that's kind of cool with us or whatever, but it was like the little Smurf village. It was like a little Smurf village with all little chocolate Smurfs.
Literally chocolate Smurfs. So family, that brought joy to our life.
It did. Shout out to the person who loved us so much. Thank you guys.
And just shout out to the family in general. We actually you guys are showing us a lot of support. You guys are giving us a lot of love. You stuck in there with us. A lot of you have no idea who we are. We're just some random voices in your speakers. But you allow us into your home, you allow us into your ear, And we just want to thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. That was so amazing and so fun to see.
So before I was so beautifully interrupted,
because that's what I do. Carry
wonderful hurricane of a wife that I have.
Hater.
I'm just saying.
Hater.
So we promised you that we were going to bring you a very special guest. So that's what this episode is.
Yes.
So in continuation of our series of Enough is Enough, Home Edition.
Yes.
So we posted part 2 for Midweek Moment. So now we're actually going in reverse, and now we're going to do part 1.
We're going to work it out. We're going to work it out.
Beautiful, beautiful wife.
Yes.
Woman of mine.
Yes.
The rib that completes me.
Really?
The pinky toe that hurts sometimes.
Baby.
No? Okay. Could you introduce our guest, please?
All right, family, listen to me. I have the most incredible person. I guess she's a lifestyle changer. I don't even want to say, I don't know what to say. I'm going to let you introduce yourself. But anyway, we have Miss Sharonda Weston from U-Turn Spaces. Come on. I wish I had like, baby, we need a backup thing like, like the audience. You had that? Yes. I don't think it's.
I don't know.
Oh wow. Okay.
We don't know how that's going to turn out, but we'll see.
All right, sound machine. But anyway, so we have been, like Cynthia said, trying to get her to do this for us, and when she did, it just went wrong. But we got her today.
Yes. And this time, my wife is taking notes.
Yeah. What?
A lot of notes.
What?
A lot of notes.
Can we talk to Miss Sharonda?
So Miss Sharonda, introduce yourself.
Tell them what you do. Tell them what you do.
Hello, family. I am Sharonda Weston, owner of U-Turn Spaces. That's the letter U, Turn Spaces. I provide decluttering, organization, interior decorating, as well as staging services. One of the biggest things that we've been tackling now is lifestyle organization, where we pretty much come in, analyze what you do on a daily basis, and see how we can help your daily flow.
Yes.
That's wonderful right there.
That's right there.
Because I got a few spaces in my own home that my wife occupies with her things and stuff and things that she loves that we need to talk about.
Really?
I'm just saying.
No, I don't.
You don't?
I don't.
Okay. So family, here's what's going to happen. So the whole purpose is, like we said, this is a series on Enough is Enough. So whether enough is enough with the stuff in your home, with the clutter in your life, because in one thing we'll get into, physical clutter is typically not just physical clutter.
Right.
It normally comes from things in your life. So my first question to you, Ms. Sharonda, it's let's start there, because you have the experience, you've walked this road, you've
for years
had the clients, you've built this empire that you're building. What is one of the things you've noticed? How does a person get there is what I'm curious. From what you've seen, from your experience, how does a person get to the point where they need someone to come in and just help?
First, it stems a lot of time from your childhood. Generally, either something that you saw, something that you experienced. It really stems from your childhood or some type of, I don't want to say traumatic injury or anything like that, but it stems a lot from how you were raised, pretty much.
Right.
If you saw that your family were a pack rat, you either continued on with that or you went total opposite of that. Right. So it really just depends on what you saw growing up and how you are, to be honest with you. Yeah, that's pretty much what it.
When you go into, okay, so here, because we've been talking about this for a long time. Because again, enough is enough, and a lot of times people don't even know that enough is enough. So how do you help them draw the line? Like, how do you tell people, like, okay, if they're doing their pantry and again, we're going to give you guys some tips. She ain't giving you everything, but she's going to give you some tips. But how do you tell people, well, okay, enough is enough? Like, this is your enough. Because what I realized, me and Cece's been talking about the garage and the closet. We've been talking to the family about all these different things, like too many bowls in the cabinet, just too many dishes. How do you start with people telling them, like, enough is enough now? How do you do that? What happens there?
So first of all, a person have to pretty much decide enough is enough. And that could be they've having anxiety, or it could be something where the grandkids might come over and say, Grandma, Papa, we can't get in, or what's all this stuff, or something.
Right.
Something has to trigger them for them to want to move forward.
Right.
Whatever that may be.
Right.
And then once that happens, when I come in, I actually come in and I respect where they are. It's a judgment-free zone.
Right.
I don't make them feel bad for where they are. And typically I say leave your stuff as it is on a normal basis. Don't try to clean up. Don't try to call Molly Maid clean. Don't do none of that. Leave it as is because I cannot help you get to where you want to be if you're trying to cover up where you really are.
Where you really are.
And so with that, it's just coming in, reevaluating where they are, and just let them know I'm not here to toss all of your stuff.
Right.
It's not do this and then this will happen. No, it's different, strokes for different folks.
Right.
So I come in, there's different things I do in different cases.
Right.
So it's really just respecting where you are, trying to make sure we get you where you want to be.
Right.
In the best way possible, to be honest with you. So
got you. Me and Sanchez was talking. We talked on the podcast, the first one. I think the first when we first did Enough is Enough, and we was talking about the fact that he was having anxiety, which I didn't even know going into the pantry, and so I had to revamp the pantry when I finished, he was like, I can go in there now. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he was like, baby, this is the reason why I always shop, because I had so much, you have cans on top of cans, and I just didn't feel like going through all 15 cans of chickpeas to find some kidney beans.
Exactly.
And so what I did, baby, I just went to the store and bought whatever I wanted, but I didn't know that was an anxiety thing for him. And I'm like, what in the world? He's like, no, I couldn't take it. So how do you feel about the pantry now?
I love the pantry now.
You can go in there and get what you need.
It's like an oasis now. I can go in there. I can find what I need. It's right there in front of me. It's like, oh, it's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing.
But people because again, I think like a lot of times with Enough is Enough, I'm thinking we're just throwing up our cans and stuff like that. But I think what happens is when you have, this is just me, when you have too many options.
Yep.
That's where the anxiety comes at. Like, you got too many options. I got to go through too much to get. And I never considered it. I felt like I was stocking the cans. And like they were just two each. But for him, that was too much. So to be able to declutter that and pull back and go, okay, let me make everything just flat surface, nothing overflowing, became better for him. You know what I'm saying? So that for me was like, okay, enough is enough. Plus, I think you overspend when you're not careful
You do.
about how you organize your stuff. So let's talk about that.
And that's what I was about to say, especially when it comes to the pantry. If you have sugar on the top, shelf in the pantry, and then the bottom shelf, and then maybe some flour in the middle, but then you have a little bag on the other top, it throws everything off.
Yeah.
So the main thing with the pantry is you want to group everything together. So like items together.
Right.
One thing that'll help with having an abundance of stuff is if you get baskets or you get bins and you're still grouping those items together, but now you have a boundary because you can't overflow a bin or a basket.
Right.
If you have them stacked next to each other and you have them, like I said, with like-minded stuff or like items together.
Right.
So when it comes to that, grouping them all together definitely helps. I do stuff like use mason jars.
Right.
A lot of people use XOXO brand or the plastic Tupperware, whatever you want. I like mason jars, different sizes. I normally go 16, 32, 64 ounce. I put my cereal in it, flour, sugar, label it. Your peanuts and stuff like that. It stays fresh for like 6 months in mason jars.
Wow.
But it gives you clean cut and just eyesight of what you have and what you don't have. So that helps you when you're going to the grocery store because now you can quickly take inventory and say, okay, all my pastas is here. How many more do I have? Spaghetti sauce? Do I have this? Okay, my nuts is here. Do I need almonds? You can clearly see exactly what you have.
Right.
So when you can clearly see it and it's all together and you're not looking all over the place, say, do we have sugar? No, because the sugar and the flour products are here.
Right.
Less anxiety. You can actually go in and see what you have and take inventory, go to the store, come back, say, I don't need, just because something is, let's just say something is $2 for $5. Well, it's still $2.50 for one.
Right.
So it doesn't mean that you're going to need to buy two.
Right.
And when you take inventory before you leave and you can quickly see everything, you just need one box of spaghetti, not two.
And not two.
Yeah, for example.
Because I think like when he said that to me too, and now that when we go in there, our goal now is if we don't have nowhere to place it, we can't purchase it.
Exactly.
So that's been huge for us now. It's like we don't have nowhere to place it, we can't purchase it.
We mentioned it on previous podcasts, but we're living a Rosie philosophy right now. Rosie from the Jetsons, where there's a place for everything and everything in its place. And that's the philosophy we live right now.
Right.
So we don't have a place for it. We're not purchasing it. We're not going to find a place for it. If there's no place for it, then we're not going to purchase it.
Yeah.
And that's where the boundaries come in with the baskets, with the bins, even with the mason jars. I mean, I've had client houses, everyone just get those little ketchup packages and they just throw them in a drawer.
Everybody got that drawer.
Everybody had that drawer.
I hate that junk drawer. I go go to class house, I pull out the drop like, why? Why we doing this?
Why we got the soy sauce, the hot sauce,
exactly.
And wait, what is it? Duck sauce. And
that Chick-fil-A sauce be all over the place.
What's amazing is that's culture. No matter what culture, no matter what race, no matter what background, no matter where you're from,
that is a thing.
Everybody has that.
You have that draw.
And so what I do, like my last client that I went to a few weeks ago, I actually took a mason jar and I just put the soy sauce, the duck sauce, and don't get no more. Because this is what you have. This is a boundary.
Right, this is it.
And so in organized, I'm creating a boundary. Mm-hmm. So if it can't go in that jar, you can't keep it.
Then you have enough.
Exactly. That's one reason why a lot of times you see pantries, you don't just see cans stacked and they're nice and neat, because that gives you room and opportunity to buy more.
To put more.
Of what you don't need. But when you create that boundary with those baskets and things and those jars, you have to stop at some point. Use what you have and then purchase more.
Yeah.
One thing you keep saying that I love, the word you keep saying, is boundaries. Mm-hmm. Let's step back just for a moment.
Yes.
So let's talk about the idea of enough is enough, because that means something different to everyone. Mm-hmm. So what we're referring to when we say enough is when, and you can speak to this as far as enough is enough, but you're at that point where you have to do something. Mm-hmm. You don't know what it is. Mm-hmm. You just know what you're currently doing is not working.
Not working. Mm-hmm.
So you know it's time to change course. You know it's time to do something different. So you've hit your line. Mm-hmm. Everyone has that line. Everyone has that cutoff. Mm-hmm. That once I get here, I have to do something different.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So what are some of the things that you've seen with the enough is enough? Mm-hmm. Kind of elaborate on that if you don't mind.
A lot of times there's arguments between couples. There's stuff falling, and so people have hurt themselves. I think with COVID, a lot of people are now in their homes and they're seeing. Whereas prior, you can just kind of glance and walk out.
Right.
And so I think now, which is the reason why, this business have seen an increase in business, in all honesty, because I think people are in their homes and they're seeing, they just like, I can't live like this.
Right.
They can't vacation. They can't just wipe it underneath the rug or what. They can't do sweep it underneath the rug. They can't do that.
Right.
And so I think enough is so many different things that come with that. It could be someone passed. And so you're just coming home and now you're just frustrated, you're mad, you're upset, but now you're seeing all of this and that just kind of triggers something else.
Right.
It really just depends. It's a mindset at the end of the day.
It is a mindset.
Some people are looking at some of the shows that's been displayed on, say, HGTV or Netflix, and they're looking like, I want that. Like, I need this.
Right.
Some people are looking at the fact that now their kids are gone.
Right.
And so they're like, no, I want an empty nester home to be nice. I don't need all of this stuff. Take your stuff with you.
Right.
When you go to college or you get your own place. Don't leave your diploma over here.
Yeah.
So it really just depends. It's so many different reasons but it just depends.
I remember when all the kids left, and I had this amazing table. It was amazing. The table was amazing. It was amazing table. It was a huge table. It was a glass table. And under my table was memories. All of the children's high school diplomas and their tassels when they graduated. I think in their picture. Oh,
it was a picture.
In the picture of the children, because I love my kids. And so I remember everybody was gone. I call her Shay. You guys call Sharonda. Shay came to the house. Not for anything, but just for us to have a conversation. And she looked at my table. And she looked at me. She said, are your kids still living here? And I said, no. Then why the heck do you still have these kids' high school diploma when they 30s displayed? This is a grown person. This is you in Sanchez's house. And it's time for you to have an adult house. Yes. And the crazy part about it, because we think just because we have... They have memories. Because, of course, things, I think a lot of times people don't want to throw things out because it's memories, right? And so you feel like you're throwing away a memory. And so I didn't want to do that. And you were like, okay, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to get us a cute little box. You can put them in there, and you can visit that anytime you want.
And that's a boundary.
That's a boundary. Got a box.
And one thing that I do, too, because that honestly, a lot of times people inherit extra stuff when someone has passed on or when people move out.
Right.
And so a lot of times you do have those memories. So one thing we do, little tips I would give, I'll say, okay, well, you don't have to actually physically have the stuff to have the memory.
Right.
Take a picture. Write a little caption on each picture.
Right.
And then put the photo album on the shelf.
Right. And they go to pictures.
You have the pictures. You have those memories. But if there's, say, clothing or fabric or something like that, cut different pieces from out there and make a quilt.
Right.
Wrap it around yourself. You can think of that person.
Right.
Instead of actually having that physical item.
Right.
But a lot of times we hold on to so much stuff instead of giving it away. And the main thing is it clutters up your space, but it clutters up your mind.
Yeah. Because I wanted to say that too.
Yeah.
I remember telling Sanchez, I can tell how clear a person's mind is. I just do this all the time when I look in their car.
Yes.
People car tears me to pieces. I be like, oh Lord, you got cups. Here's the thing: Chick-fil-A is a billion-dollar business. I have never almost not went to a car that didn't have a Chick-fil-A bag in it. Like seriously, or that or the Chick-fil-A sauce. It's gonna be something in there, and I'll be like, this person is. Mine is always on the go, and they're so cluttered. And I think sometimes that's what happens with our houses. If our mind is not, I always feel like if your house is too cluttered, it's because your mind is not clear.
But a lot of times people just don't know where to start.
So where do you start?
You do not know where to start. So one thing that I always tell clients, because what happens is a lot of people will come in there, watch Netflix, and they'll watch a show or something, and they say, I can do this. I'm about to do this. Well, they'll go into the bathroom, do a little bit, the living room, do a little bit, the bedroom, do a little bit, and then they get tired, and they frustrated because nothing was done.
Right.
And when they look, they were like, well, I've been working for 2 days and ain't nothing been accomplished. Well, because you're doing a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here. The main thing to start with decluttering, when you start in a room, do not go to another room until you're finished with that one room.
Yeah.
Because if you've been working on this one room for 2 days, you're seeing progress.
Right.
If you do a little bit here in this drawer over here and then a little bit in this, you're not seeing progress. It's going to frustrate you and make you mad.
Right.
So it's really just getting started and understanding that it's never too late to start. Just because you've been here for 20 years, 30 years, 10 years, 5 years, whatever it is, doesn't mean that you cannot start. Just get started. Start in that one area, room, whatever you want to call it. Get that done and then move on. Yeah. If you have stuff, say for instance, you have stuff in this room that belongs in another room, just take it. Yes, you might pile up a little bit in that other room.
Right. But
you're moving stuff to the room that it should belong in.
It belongs to.
Yep.
Listen, I think that, so we come out the pantry, now we go into the kitchen.
Yes, let's go.
Because I'm trying to take folks through I'm trying to help them come through their little house.
Let's bring them on.
Come on. So now we in the kitchen. With all your Chinese bowls.
Yes.
That could be me. That could be that's how we were. Like, I was having a panic attack because we went to Tahila.
I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. It's
Tahila.
a really good
It's a phenomenal Indian cuisine restaurant. Amazing, not too far from here. And they give you the really good black bowls with the little tops, the kind that you buy at Walmart.
The really nice takeout bowls.
Little takeout bowls. And so when we finished eating, I went in the room to him. I was like, baby, you're going to be about to be proud. I threw it in garbage. Girl, I threw it in the garbage because we had so many already that we had purchased from Walmart for lunch purposes. And the thing is, we purposely did that for lunch, but we've been home for like 6-7 months now.
It seemed like 13 years.
13. I'm so mad at y'all.
My goodness.
Yeah, we've been here a long time. And so I was like, okay, I don't want to put another bowl that has no space for where to go. The same thing with pots and pans and stuff like that. So, but that was like, for me, that was like, because I normally keep those bowls.
And see, for me, I would come in and I would say, okay, why we have 25 of these bowls? But they good bowls, but do you wash every 25 days?
Right.
I'm trying to figure out, do you wash the dishes every 25 days?
Right.
So it's okay to, and I think that's what a lot of people, so when they call me and they look at me like, you about to make me get rid of all my stuff. No, I'm about to show you how to keep only what you need and use what you need. So for example, with those bowls, if you have 25 of them, you're going to wash this, I hope, more than once a week. Let's just say once a week. So for you and Sanchez, let's just have 10 bowls. You got 5 for lunch, and then you wash them at the end of the week.
Right.
Boom. That's all. You can still reuse them.
Right.
Because they're not like you're throwing them out after every time.
Right.
You still reuse them, but you don't need to have more than what you need.
Yeah.
Because you're taking up space there.
Yeah.
So it just depends.
I think too, does that come with a scarcity spirit? Because I think that comes with a mindset of scarcity.
Yes.
Again, when you go back to generations and when you go back to things that, I think that's a scarcity mindset, that we think that we need to have all of this stuff when we really don't. Because like you said, when I did his 10 t-shirts, was like 10 t-shirts, baby. 10 for you, 10 for me, because we were going through all these t-shirts trying to find our favorite ones, which made absolutely no sense. And so now when I think about, when you're talking about the bowls, it's just me and him. The kids come through, because here was my thought process on this. You see if I'm wrong. My thought process was, when the kids come and they take food, they take the bowl with them.
Tell them bring their own bowls.
Oh, she said, tell the babies to bring.
Or you say, look, this your bowl. Bring that thing back if you want some more food or something. Because see, and I'm saying that because what happens is we tend to now make room for other people's stuff just in case. I have insurance. I don't want all of this other stuff. I have plenty of just in case insurance. Okay, so I'm not about to store. It's too much just in case. You'll find some. I mean, I have. Grandparents come. Why have this been? So when my grandbabies come up, well, when they come up, but they live in Florida, but they come at least twice a year. So let me get this straight. You got a whole room for twice a year. Y'all don't see something wrong with that? Like, come on. And it's just, like you said, you have it because in your mind, you're thinking, well, I can do this, I can do. No. Keep a certain amount. Yeah. And when they start getting, oh, mama, can I have some of that chicken? You bring your bowl. Because which one? You want a gallon size bag? I can give you one. What we doing? I bet she start bringing the bowl. Okay. And I mean, you don't have to go to extreme, but when I feel like I need to go to extreme with the family that we got. I think extreme is good for us. You have to look and get into the mindset of saying, enough is enough. I don't need to have so much just in case.
I never thought about it that way, but I think that is good, the just in case stuff.
Yeah, but that was our philosophy though. Mm-hmm. That's what we lived by, just in case. Mm-hmm. A lot of the stuff we had, a lot of the things that we had, we were hanging on to. Yeah. It was always just in case. Just in case. Or your favorite line, I may need that later on. Yeah, this is true. So now we're holding on to things that we haven't touched in 5 or 6 years. Right. For that one day that it
might be needed.
Yeah, that it might be needed.
And what's the time frame? So, for example, a lot of my clients now are saying, well, we're in COVID. Okay, so let me get it straight. So how much toilet tissue do you think you're going to need? Mm-hmm. Because do you know that we can't go out and get toilet tissue for 2 years? Okay, so what if you plan for 2 years, but then it's 3 years? Right. You want to run out at some point. Right. So my whole thing is, I'm like, get a kit. I'm not telling anyone not to store up a little bit. I get all of that, so I'm not trying to take that away. Right. But enough has to be. You don't have a time frame. Right. Like you said, just in case I might need that. Right. When? In 2050? Right. You don't know when you're going to need it. Let it go. Let it go. And if you need it, get it again. Maybe keep a small stockpile of stuff. Right. In a big, clear bin or something. Right. Where you got toilet paper. Use one tissue, one square if you need to. If we're in a house, if it's cold, but you got to use a square. Look, at drip dry. I don't know what you want to say. Do something. But you don't need 450 rolls of tissue.
And see, that's the crazy part. That's how I grew up. Mm-hmm. My mom and my dad, sisters will tell you, we upstairs on that 3rd floor. See? The toilet paper was from the floor to the ceiling. See? Paper towels,
But in all fairness to them, they actually they were foster family. Well, they did foster kids. Mm-hmm. So it was always anywhere from, with mom and pop included, and then little brother, it was always anywhere from 9 to 10 people in that house.
But baby, toilet paper from the floor to the ceiling, baby.
You got 9 to 10 people.
Baby. I know you love your mom and daddy. I know you love your mom. Anybody tell me but I know you love your mom and daddy. But I'm just saying, to the floor, to the ceiling, that was detergent.
It makes sense.
And that's how I got to the way I am with the toilet paper, the detergent, the paper towels, and all that stuff. And I think so too, making sure that, because I think it's what you and Sanchez said, just in case. And I think our parents did that because it was a just in case mentality. So I kind of took that with my life, but it's always been like, before he said things, you always worry about these daggone kids. It's always just in case the kids need something. Because a lot of toilet paper that we stored up when COVID happened was for the kids. I was like, I'm going to put it in the bin in case they need some. They come to the house. I got you.
I ain't got no toilet paper, but the kids. I can't, but I'm not allowed to touch it. That's my kids. So now I got to take showers. It's just in case the kids need it. Just in case the kids need it. Now I got to take showers because I can't touch the toilet paper in the bin.
Because it's the kids. It's the kids' toilet paper in case they need it,
Our youngest child is 23 years old. We don't have any kids.
No. Our oldest is 36.
We got grown behind.
So see, what you could have done is said, hey, baby, I'm at Harris Teeter or Walmart, and they got some tissue. You might want to get down here and go get some of this tissue. Instead of you storing it, tell them where they need to go.
I stored it. I was like, hey, toilet paper at the house if y'all need it. You know, not even again.
Breaking off squares.
like it's spades. You playing spades.
Here's the crazy part. They never needed it.
Exactly.
And now that's the truth. They never was like, yo, ma. Because they all grown, and they was like, yo, mom, let me. But again, that again goes back from my mom and my dad, because if I needed it when we lived in New York, I could go to their house and be like, hey, mom, let me get this. Man, I ain't got time to buy no detergent. Let me get this.
But think about this. If they didn't have it, what would you do?
I had to get it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So your kids would have to get it.
This is true.
They would have to figure it out the same way you are figuring it out.
Oh, I'm sorry. Say that again for somebody in the back. Somebody in the back right now. Somebody sitting in the back row.
They would have to figure it out just like you have figured it out.
Yeah.
So true. A lot of times we're overcompensating, or we're just doing too much.
I like that word, overcompensating. Yes. Or just doing too much. Absolutely. I think that we, as a culture, basically, to be honest, as a society, are overcompensating and doing too much. And I think this is the reason why we wanted to do the enough is enough.
Yes.
Not only, as far as your house is concerned, but enough is enough in your just your whole life as a whole, because we're so out of control. I promise you, I know I've been out of control. He act like he's never, but we're not going to talk about him. I know that I've been out of control because I'm
I am the hero of this story.
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
Crenshaw Tales.
No.
That's all I'm saying.
No, you're not.
I am.
No, you're not.
The main character.
No, you're not.
When the story first opens, and the camera pans in, it is my face that is being panned in on.
The hotness.
I am the narrator. I am the John Wick.
No, sir.
Of this story.
Don't do that. Don't play with John Wick. I get serious about John Wick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Don't play. But I just think that, so what? Okay, so we already told them the first thing is just to get started. So that's the first tip. Just get started. The second thing you told them is stay in the same room. And see, that's what happens a lot, because that has happened to me. Because here's what happens. I start with the closet.
Yep.
So I take the bag with the clothes that I'm going to get the Goodwill and put them in the living room so I can take it to next day. But now these pillows and stuff ain't looking like they supposed to be looking, and I don't like the way that look.
Yep.
So at that point, now that I saw that I fixed the pillows, but I just noticed that the shade on the lamp is dusty. So now I'm going to go dust that.
Shade.
So now I took the shade off, dust that. See, Chad's looking at me like, babe, I want to go to bed, because now all the clothes is on the bed. Is on the bed.
Of course.
So now he mad at me. So then I go back. I go, okay. Let me concentrate, Angel. Concentrate. So I leave that alone. I go do that, but by that time I'm totally exhausted and I'm drained and I'm mad.
You're doing too much.
I'm doing too much
all over the place.
And now I'm sleeping on hangers.
And
now you not sleeping on hangers.
With hanger prints on.
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to
him.
But so we know to stay in the same room.
Yes.
We know to do the bins and the mason jars. Which, let me say this about the mason jars, because I got an attitude about that. Can I just be honest?
Okay.
I went looking for mason jars in the wrong season.
Yeah.
This is not the season to be looking for no mason jars.
No, not at all.
Even in regular times, it's not the season. This is canning season.
It's canning season.
This is the fall. People.
I didn't even consider it till I started looking for them.
Especially in the area that we're in, the part of the country we're in. This is canning.
You can't even order them online.
This is a sad day, y'all.
Yes, it really is.
Sad day. I have a whole 4, and it looks so good. The peanuts is in it. The walnuts is in one.
My pistachios you keep eating in there.
Ooh, don't do that. It's not cool. It's not cool.
I'm just saying.
It's not cool.
I believe in being honest.
Chocolate
with
chips. It looked pretty. And then I can't find them. I was devastated. I was like, and I realized, girl, it's fall. You had waited. You had waited
too long.
You had
waited. COVID.
And it's COVID.
Pumpkin spice season. You ain't get it.
Pumpkin spice season. So we know that. So then we move in towards the kitchen and we talk about how many bowls, how many plates of that. Do you, because it's me and Sanchez, do I need 8 plates and 15 bowls?
Before you go any further, no, it's not that. I just want you to give tidbits.
Okay.
Just little nuggets.
Okay.
Because what we not gonna do is give all your gifts and
talents. Because we've been here all night.
Yeah. So what we not gonna do is give all your gifts and talents away.
That's why that's why I compartmentalize what she said already, so they can hear that, because and that's it.
Somebody need to call you.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Please call me.
Yeah, and get your services.
I travel all over the country.
Yeah, well, we ain't gonna
She does, y'all.
give all your gifts and talents away for free.
Yes.
Right. Yes.
That's all I wanted to say.
Oh,
just public service announcement.
So we go into the kitchen, and now you're saying how many people's in the house, how many dishes do you really need? So they need to look at that, right? So then we move. Now here's another thing that I found that I had to start doing was a refrigerator.
Yes.
That's huge, people. That is a huge thing. And so how many times have you went to someone's house and be like, if y'all don't get this refrigerator
in order
together, because that's another thing that make you shop more too, because you don't want to look around for what you be like. So and then it's happened to us, and I'm like, I changed the refrigerator liner from it was red, but I had placemats. It was pretty, it was red. But what happened was I couldn't see to the next level, and my family wasn't gonna look. No. So then that means they would just go buy something else. So then I had to change it to the clear kind. But I think, how big is it? And I'm just giving people just little tidbits. How big? Because I think people don't understand the whole decluttering lifestyle thing is everything from your refrigerator to everything. How many times have you went to someone's refrigerator and be like, oh my gosh?
Often.
Really?
Often. And you'll be amazed.
Really?
How many people don't even open the refrigerator or don't even think, like, ask me for help for this part?
Really?
They don't. And they'll look at the pantry. That makes sense to them, but not the refrigerator.
Really?
But in all honesty, the refrigerator is what you need. Number one, you don't want a whole bunch of stuff in there, because how is your air circulating?
Right.
Is stuff really staying cold?
Right.
Do you have an abundance of stuff where it's overflowing and now you're getting frostbite in your freezer? Like what are we doing?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's key. Again, those boundaries. I do have bins in there. People laugh at me. They open my refrigerator. It's like, oh my goodness. Like, you have to be crazy. And it's not horrible. But I like to have stuff in order where I can see stuff. So I have my bins.
Right.
Because it creates boundaries.
Right.
But you have to keep that stuff in order too. You have fruit, you have vegetables, you have stuff that need to stay cold or at a certain temperature.
Right.
So I mean, it's key. It's key.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what you did for me when it comes to bins and talking about keeping stuff together. I have bins in my deep freezer now.
Good.
And at first I was like, this is the most craziest crap, but I'm gonna follow Shay. I'm gonna follow Shay because you come with that little wire basket, that first little wire basket. You get that for free in the deep freezer, right?
Of course.
And then I was like, okay, but I realized with the bins, I can just pull them out, and they have like the vegetables here and the fruits here. It has become really. Did you like the bins in the deep freezer?
I don't go in the deep freezer.
Do you not? Why?
I don't.
Is it overwhelming? The deep freezer overwhelming?
Nah, it's too much. It's because I gotta leave my home. I gotta go on my back porch. I gotta move a chair to unlock a door, to move a light that you got hanging on the door because you done decorated everything. So then I gotta unlock it. Then I gotta move stuff off the deep freezer because you store stuff on the deep freezer just to open the deep freezer and then take stuff out the deep. Nah, I ain't going through all that, dog. If it's not in the regular refrigerator freezer, I don't see it. I don't know. Right now, I'm gonna be honest. You could have a whole person in the deep freezer right now. You could be a female John Wick and got body parts in that deep freezer.
And you won't know.
When the cops come, I can honestly say, officer, I ain't know nothing about it. I was oblivious. I ain't know nothing.
No, but I fixed all of that. So there's nothing on top of the deep freezer anymore.
I still got to move a chair?
Well, baby, it's the patio.
I still got to move a chair?
Yes, the patio needs to be decorated. So
I still got to move a light.
I didn't have a piece of mind from you, so I had to decorate the patio. That's
from me?
Yes, my God. Let's talk about it.
If I had pearls, I would clutch
pearls, bracelets, whatever you need to from you.
Before we continue with Shay, let me just remind you of something.
Yes, my love.
Just real quick.
Yes, baby.
And family, I'm not even talking to y'all right now. I'm just talking to my lovely wife. Just my lovely wife.
Yes.
I am. I is.
You better not tell me again.
And I always will be.
The hero of this story.
Nah, see, I wasn't going to say it. I'm glad you understand. We're on the same page with that. We're on the same page.
We got. But go ahead.
But here's how your life goes. Okay. In order of the best things that's ever happened to you.
My God. Okay. Come on now. Come through.
Listen to me real close. Listen to me real close.
Please stop tapping me. I don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable.
Jesus loving you. God allowing you to be birthed and me. In that order.
Wow.
Okay.
I am the best earthly thing
my God.
that's ever happened to your life. Just don't even talk. Just sit in silence for a minute.
Marinate on it.
Sit with that for a moment.
Okay. Like I was saying, I had to get my patio right to get away from here. See, and this is the stuff I'm talking about. This is the nonsense that I'm talking about. So now we moved in. We got the refrigerator, and we're flowing. Is there a way? I think this is like one of my last questions, to be honest. You know, we'll be here all day long. Yes. What is the best way to have the house flow? And I know it's individual for everybody, but 2 things that you go, okay, do this and the house will flow. You know, it don't have to be like, I don't even know what I'm trying to ask. Like, how do you make a house flow? Because a lot of people don't know, me and Shay have been together for a very long time.
Yes.
I have went with her and watched her work her magic, where she would take, because she takes everything, she don't even add nothing to, she take everything from different parts of your house. Yes. That's why you turn spaces. And she'll take something from your bedroom. You be thinking it's real cute in your bedroom. She done flipped it in your living room. You be like, well, this looks better. Right? So how do you know to have that flow like that? How do you know that? Like, is something that you just, what is that you have? What is that?
In all honesty, it's God. And you know, all glory to him, because I actually will leave a project sometimes. I'm like, how the heck did it makes sense. It's like I can go in a room, like I've had friends come over who just moved in and they're just like, hey, you want to come over for a glass of wine? I'm like, nope. Because, you know, as soon as I come in that house, I'm the conversation fee, because, you know, I'm looking like, you should put a plant in that corner over there, or you should do this. I literally will sit there and I will walk in the room, and based on personalities, based on me asking a few questions where you think, oh, I'm just answering a few like basic questions, but I'm really trying to understand how you live and where you're trying to be. Right. It just makes sense. So there are times I'll be looking at you, but I'm actually outlining a flow for the room. Wow. I'm looking at stuff. So like right now I'm looking, I'm like, oh, well, I would do this over here, put this over here, take this over here.
Look at nothing in this home. Look at nothing.
So I will
concentrate on the matter of fact, you look at the microphone. That's as far as your eyes can go today. Okay? Hello. But carry on.
But I do. I come in and I really try to gauge where you are in your life and where you want to be.
Yeah.
So one thing, definitely minimalistic lifestyle.
Yes.
Minimalistic does not mean you have nothing. It does not mean you come in with a table and 4 chairs and no placemats and no centerpiece, no nothing. And that's what people think. Don't come over my house with that minimalistic stuff, because I need, 8 forks.
Right.
Oh, we'll keep your 8 forks.
Right.
It's okay. We can
it's only 2 of y'all.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep the 8 forks.
Right. Care.
Right.
But no, minimalistic lifestyle. It's just that you only have in there what you truly need
and what you love,
and some of what you want.
Right.
So it doesn't have to be just only if I don't need this. No, I can only have this. No. So minimalistic, definitely. And then one thing that's truly helping, I have a lot of clients say, it's their morning routine. And so when you come in, even from you putting all of your mugs, all of your coffee, all of your tea, all of your sugar, your honey, whatever, in one space underneath that Keurig, because I think everybody have a Keurig or something, put it in that one spot. So when you come in, you're not all over the place looking. First of all, you probably stumped your toe because you're barely up.
Right.
So if you can go to one place and get that, I've had clients say that's taken 20 minutes off of my routine in the morning and off my time in the morning.
Right.
Just because they have everything centralized.
Right.
And again, it's minimalistic because now everything's centralized. You can see everything. You don't have 4 bags of sugar.
Right.
You have 1 or 2, depending on the size of your family or what you're doing.
Right.
So really, it's just living definitely a minimalistic lifestyle, and that's in every aspect of your life.
Wow.
And making sure that there isn't a lot of stuff. Like if someone comes to my house right now, if I leave here and someone calls me and say, hey, I was passing through town and I just wanted to stop by for a quick minute. I'm like 10 minutes away. I'm not going to get scared. My house is nicely decorated, but it's minimalistic. Right. So I might have a throw on a couch.
Right.
I might have something but within 2 or 3 minutes or 5 minutes, I can straighten up enough that anyone can walk in that door and I'm good to go.
Yeah.
And so that's what a minimalistic lifestyle is. You only have really what you need and a little bit of what you want. Notice I didn't say only what you have, you need what you need.
Right.
You do have a little bit of what you want.
Right.
And one thing I wanted to touch on really quick
go for it.
is we live in a world now where social media is big, and I always say Facebook happy. Mm-hmm. You see people are happy in some way. So now you're sitting there, you're just like, oh, I want what they have, or they're going on the best trip, so they're doing this, but you don't necessarily see their lifestyle. So now we're trying to overcompensate, because now we're trying to buy this, we're trying to buy that, which is giving us an abundance of stuff that we really don't need, because we're depressed trying to chase happiness.
Right. Come on now.
So you really don't
want the tithes and offering. Go on and preach. Go on and preach it. Preach it.
But you don't really, and so a lot of us are depressed, and a depression will lead to an abundance of stuff.
Yeah, come on now.
Anxiety definitely leads to it. So a lot of that minimalistic lifestyle is just freeing. It's freeing your mind. It's freeing your body. It's freeing your space.
Yeah.
All of that in order for you to accomplish exactly what you need. And when you start freeing a lot of that stuff, there is no way you can go back.
Yeah. When
you're truly been exposed to a clear and a free life, there is no way for you to go back to the way that you were.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just
what you want to say, sir?
I miss coffee.
What?
I miss coffee.
I'm sorry.
I haven't had coffee in 65 days.
Ooh, it's okay.
I miss coffee.
You gonna be okay.
Did you give it up? You gave it up? Or she made you give it up?
No.
Whoa! Wait a minute. Wait. Hello, Shay.
He was sad.
Hello, Shay. Hello.
He was looking directly at you.
Hello.
He was looking
no,
directly at you.
No, ma'am.
He wasn't looking at Mike.
No,
He wasn't looking at me.
No,
He said he missed coffee. I'm just saying.
No, ma'am.
Come on now.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
I'm just asking a question. I got 911 on speed dial.
No, it's not that. Actually, she beats me in my sleep. I keep telling people that. They won't believe me. No, actually, because I've cut out sugar, and I only take my coffee a certain way.
Gotcha.
Sugary.
Half sugar, half coffee.
Right, sick.
With a third of creamer.
Which means he ain't really got coffee.
No.
Yeah.
He got a milkshake. But let's talk about it.
But no. The only thing I want to say is thank you. Thank you so much for sitting down with us. Thank you for having this conversation.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving the family some nuggets, because you did. You left them with a lot of nuggets. So we're coming to a close.
Okay.
So the one thing we always like to do in our podcast is actually do a final thought.
Yeah.
Even though I will do a final thought, because the phrase is a final thought. And my wonderful wife would do 19 final thoughts. So I'm going to let her go last, because I already know she going to have 45 of them.
I don't.
Okay. So, Sharonda, what would be the final thing you would want to leave with the family? What would be your final thought?
Very simple. A decluttered space leads to a decluttered mind, which leads to a decluttered life. Period.
I love it.
Wow. What's your final thought, babe?
My final thought is going to be, I'm a root cause person. One thing we always talk about is root cause. Find the root cause. Like we started, and like you said multiple times, a cluttered lifestyle has so much more to do with just physical things,
right,
or material things. A cluttered lifestyle is a cluttered mind, is a cluttered heart, is a cluttered soul.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So find the root cause. What caused you to get to this point of clutter?
That's good.
So that would be my final thought.
Yeah.
Babe, what's your 19 final thought?
Y'all so deep. I don't even know what to say. Y'all was just deep with y'all final thoughts. I didn't know. Maybe my thought, change your lifestyle. There you go. I don't have. Y'all so deep. I didn't know. I didn't know where to go with it.
Is that all you got?
That's all I got.
Because I'm going to start the closing. And as I start the closing,
it's going to be when I stop you.
So
no, my final thought. No, seriously, you guys said it. Just like your mindset. Your mindset will change your life set. So I just think that you just need to think about that and know when enough is enough.
I don't believe you.
I feel good about what I said.
All I say is when I start this closing,
yes, sir.
If you cut me off, I'm going to step on your pinky toe.
Okay, good for it. I'm going to be a really good person. Go ahead. Carry on.
It's your show.
I show.
All right, family. So, once again, Sharonda, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for
having me. I love you, man.
Once again,
they don't even know.
The name of our business is U-Turn Spaces.
Yes.
With the U.
Yes.
With the U. We will put all our information, all our contact information,
absolutely,
on when we submit the podcast. Put it
Words
out.
of heart.
Words of heart. We'll put it out.
Words of heart.
We will link her into the bio, so you guys can contact her and get with her and talk to her and help declutter your life. And like she said, it's not just physical. She helps declutter your life.
Yes, your whole life.
So family, as always, we thank you guys. We thank you so much for being a part.
Yes.
We thank you for listening. However you're listening to us, whether it's on iTunes, whether it's Podbean, whether it's Spotify, whether it's Google Play, whether it's Amazon, whether it's iHeartRadio, or on our own personal website at www.thecrenshawcorner.com.
I'm proud of you right there, bruh. Go ahead. I ain't think you was gonna make it.
Always got something to say.
You wasn't gonna make it. Go ahead, baby. I love you.
Always. We are on the socials, which means you can find us on Instagram, you can find us on Twitter, you can find us on Facebook, all in the Crenshaw Corner.
Yes.
And of course, you can email us at any time at thecrenshawcorner@gmail.com.
Say it again.
Once again, thecrenshawcorner@gmail.com. As always, family, welcome to our journey.
We love you guys. Bye.